You are listening to the Cricket Corner podcast with me, Vatsal Vora. Well, the batsmen win new games, the bowlers win new the tournaments. We did have a batsman helping us India win the game today, but it was once again the bowling show which has seen India claim a massive 243 run victory over South Africa at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata. Welcome back to the Cricket Corner podcast with me, Vatsal Vora, where it has been a norm these days, a norm since the past couple of weeks, a month or so, that I come here every other day, probably after every 3 days, 4 days, talk to you about a magnificent Indian victory, which has been a one-sided game all along. Then I just go back, enjoy my day, enjoy the rest of my day. And today is exactly how it's going to happen once again, because India have blown South Africa out of the water today, winning the toss, electing to bat first, posting 326 runs from their quota of 50 overs, and in return, bundling New Zealand out for just 83 runs. Not even 183 runs, just 83 runs, and winning by a whopping 243 runs. Credit to the South Africans for paying homage to the wonderful Ranveer Singh movie 83, which was all about India winning their first World Cup all the way back in 1983. And it seems like that trend is going to continue as India looks set to win their third World Cup on home soil. Where do we even start when we want to review this match? Let's start by the batting today. I know the bowling has once again seen India claim a comfortable one-sided victory. Last time against Sri Lanka, when they were bundled out for just 55, we talked about the bowling first. We talked about Shami picking up wickets. We talked about Siraj picking up wickets as well. I think the story is pretty much the same this time against South Africa as well. So let's start by talking about the batting, because I think India's ascendancy and authority and dominance in this game was established by the batsmen, and that was then the mantle was carried forward by the bowlers when they had to do the job of restricting South Africa. Prior to the game, it felt like this could be India's biggest test of this World Cup. Yes, they have won 7 matches in a row. They have beaten the likes of England, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Australia and New Zealand to that matter as well. But it felt like the game against South Africa could be the one that is the most challenging, because South Africa, similar to India, have been exceptional in this World Cup. The likes of De Kock, Rassie van der Tussen, Aiden Markram, Henrik Klaasen. And in bowling, you look at Marco Jansen, Coetzee, Rabada, Shamsi, Maharaj. It felt like a really, really good team to come up against and to test yourself ahead of the semi-finals, because heading into the game, both India and South Africa had qualified for the semi-finals. So for both sides, it was a thermometer to test themselves against the best. And credit to the Indians, they have come out on top in this duel. But as I said, I think the batting set the ascendancy for Team India. India won the toss and elected to bat first, and posted 326 runs from their quota of 50 overs. They lost 5 wickets in the process. Time and time again, we have seen the Kolkata pitch, the pitch at the Eden Gardens, aid the spinners. It gets slower as the match progresses. Time and time again, we have seen that exact thing happen in the IPL. We have seen the Kolkata Knight Riders use their spinners very, very effectively. The likes of Sunil Narine, Piyush Chawla, there was Kuldeep Yadav, and in more recent times, the likes of Surya Sharma, Varun Chakravarti, and even Nitish Rana to an extent. It's always a spinning friendly wicket. So that meant that the pressure was on the Indian openers, the likes of Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill, to give them a flurry of boundaries and a quick start to, help India get to a total well above par. And they kind of did, because earlier in the innings, the batting was relatively easy, and Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill made sure that they used that half-hearted advantage to their full effect. And credit to Rohit Sharma for the way he started that game. 40 of 24 balls, 6 fours and 2 sixes along the way. A 62-run partnership with Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill himself scoring 23 of 24 deliveries, 4 fours and a 6. We are almost 5.5 minutes into the game, and let's talk about the birthday boy now. Virat Kohli, 101 of 121 deliveries, just hanging in there towards the end, remaining not out, and my word, he played exceptionally today. He was the fulcrum which held the Indian innings all together, be it the attacking prowess of Surya Kumar Yadav, the onslaught by Shreyas Iyer in the middle overs, and being there right till the end when Jadeja scored some outstanding runs and gave India a good enough total to defend, and taking them above 300 threshold. Virat Kohli was that glue which kept the innings together. Yes, there were wickets falling around him, but he stayed there. 101 of 121 deliveries, 10 fours, no sixes, scoring his 49th one-day international 100 on his 35th birthday, which means that now he's level with the great Sachin Tendulkar with the most one-day international centuries. Both legendary Indian batsmen now have 49 international centuries in one-day internationals. Virat Kohli does have a slightly less number of centuries when it comes to Test match cricket. We all know the great Sachin Tendulkar scored 100 international centuries, 49 in one-day internationals, and 51 centuries in Test match cricket, totaling up to 100. But the way Virat Kohli batted today was outstanding. Usually what happens with Virat Kohli is that he holds the spotlight. He is in the center of all things happening with Indian batting. But today, I think he took a step back. He was happy to support the likes of Shreyas Iyer, happy to support Surya Kumar Yadav, happy to support Ravindra Jadeja. And in doing that, he made sure that he did not give his wicket away cheaply. Like we have seen him do this time and time again in this World Cup. I remember a few instances where he did that against Pakistan. We saw it against New Zealand as well. But today, I think he established his role was there. His role was to stay till the very end, help India propel to a decent enough total and see where the game takes it from there. The 101 runs he scored included 10 fours, but none of them were, slog shots. It was punching it off the back foot, some beautiful drives on the offside and on the onside as well. There was no unnecessary risk that he was taking. Yes, he did try to hit Shamsi for some big shots, but the ball was just doing a bit too much. Fortunately for Virat Kohli, he was not dismissed on any of those occasions. But credit to Virat Kohli. I think this could be one of his slowest one-day international centuries. We all know majority of his centuries in one-day international comes when he's chasing the game, and usually they're a lot more quicker. But today he faced 120 balls to get to his century. In the end, just adding one more run after that, a single of the very last delivery of the innings, and he ended with the total of 101 of 121 deliveries. This felt like a complete Virat Kohli performance, and I'm sure that the crowd at the Eden Gardens really respected what they witnessed with their very own eyes. The crowd, once again, wherever India have travelled today, be it Lucknow, Ahmedabad and Eden Gardens today, the crowd has been just magnificent, and it lived up to the expectations yet again, supporting Virat Kohli on his 35th birthday. And what a present he gave not only to himself but to 1.4 billion Indians. And I just bow down and salute to Virat Kohli, because he was under so much pressure, because he had a chance to get to his 100 when he played against Sri Lanka at Wankhede Stadium not too long back. But he gave his wicket away cheaply on that occasion as well and was dismissed for 88. But today he held on, and I think he was rightfully given the man of the match, despite the despite the brilliance of Indian bowling. As we have already mentioned in this podcast, he was supported really well by the likes of Shreyas Iyer. 77 of 87 deliveries, 7 fours and 2 sixes, back-to-back half centuries for Shreyas Iyer in this World Cup now, third in total, to add to his 50 which he scored against Pakistan at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. Useful contributions down the order, Surya Kumar Yadav scoring 22 of 14 deliveries, 5 fours along the way, and Ravindra Jadeja coming at number 7, and chipping in with 29 of just 15 deliveries, 3 fours, and a maximum over, I think, mid-wicket, was a deep mid-wicket. That propelled India to 326, and I think I did feel like it was above average, above par total, and I didn't see any way South Africa would have chased this down, despite having some brilliant batters at the disposal, because the pitch was turning, and the moment Keshav Maharaj and Shamshi and even Aiden Markram to an extent started to get the ball grip and turn a little, I felt like the Indian spinners and the duo of Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav will stamp their authority, meaning that 326 would have been more than enough. South Africa did pick up 5 wickets, and their wickets were shared between Lungi Ngidi, Marco Jansen, Kagiso Rabada, Keshav Maharaj and Shamsi, all 5 picking up just 1 wicket apiece. However, in reply, it was just a collapse yet again. We saw the collapse against Sri Lanka, where they were bundled out for 55. It was not that bad, but when you look at the team South Africa possessed, and you look at each individual's form in this World Cup, the likes of Quinton de Kock having 400s already in this World Cup, Rassie van der Dusen has a couple of hundreds, Aiden Markram has 100 to his name as well. To have such a talented batting lineup and to be dismissed and bundled out for just 83 runs, that is something which South Africa need to be ashamed of, need to have a retrospective view on it, because that shouldn't have happened despite how good the Indian bowling has been. So let's talk about the Indian bowling now. Jasprit Bumrah, despite having the economy rate of just 2.8, went wicketless, which is a surprise, but once again it was Mohammad Siraj with a wicket, Mohammad Shami picking up 2 wickets as well. Now he's got 16 wickets in the World Cup despite missing the opening 4 matches. So he's picked up a total of 16 wickets from just 4 games, and he's now number 4th in the most wickets taken in this World Cup. I think he's behind a couple of he's behind Adam Zampa and Madhu Shankar from Sri Lanka. 2 wickets for him, 2 wickets for Kuldeep Yadav as well, but the pick of the bowlers was Ravindra Jadeja. 5 for 23 for him. 5 for 33 for him. He picked up crucial wickets all along. He picked up the wicket of Captain Temba Bavuma. He picked up Henrik Klaasen, David Miller, Keshav Maharaj and Kagiso Rabada to kill the game off. Important wickets for Mohammad Shami as well. Two very crucial wickets. One of Rassie van der Dusen and the other of Aiden Markram. While Kuldeep Yadav picked up the wickets of Marco Jansen and Lungi Ngidi, while Mohammad Siraj picked up the solitary wicket. His wicket was that of Quinton de Kock. Wonderful display. I don't know where even to begin. I think the LBW call for Henrik Klaasen was the pick of the wickets for me, because it felt like they are not going to review that decision, Team India, but in the end they did take that review, and credit to Rohit Sharma for believing in both the wicketkeeper KL Rahul and the bowler Ravindra Jadeja, because sometimes it feels like the bowlers always want their captain to take their review, because that increases their chances of picking up a wicket. You, as a bowler, you need to convince your captain to make sure he takes that review, and Rohit Sharma did believe in his bowler and went ahead with that wicket, and the replays and the third umpire decision was quite straightforward with the dismissal of Henrik Klaasen. The similar thing happened with Rassie van der Dusen as well. He was trapped in front by Mohammad Shami, and the umpire gave it not out straight away, but the The moment umpire shook his head, both KL Rahul and Mohammad Shami were making the T sign with their hands to convince Rohit Sharma to take that review. And Rohit Sharma was easily convinced on this occasion, unlike that with Ravindra Jadeja, and it was yet again a brilliant call from Team India. Shows how good KL Rahul has been behind the stumps, and I say that I think once every episode on the Cricket Corner podcast of how good KL Rahul has been behind the stumps. Yes, he didn't contribute a lot with the bat today, just 8 runs, but credit to his wicket keeping, which seems to be improving as the tournament goes on. But the day belonged to the Indian bowlers, but it felt like despite them restricting a wonderful South African batting lineup to just 83 runs, however, the day should belong, and it rightfully belonged to Virat Kohli, because he not only matched the 49th one-day international century that the record was held for almost 11 years since Sachin Tendulkar last scored his last one-day international 100 all the way back in 2012 against Bangladesh in the Asia Cup. The record felt like it could never have been matched, but once Virat Kohli got to like 35 hundreds, I think everyone were pretty sure that sooner or later he'll chase down that magical number of 49 hundreds in one day international and surpass one day. I'm sure he's going to surpass it one day. He's got so many games under his belt. He's still just 35. You can expect him to be around for at least another 3 or 4 years, and by the time he retires, you never know how many more international one-day centuries he'll get under his belt. This is also the first time where Virat Kohli has had multiple hundreds at a World Cup. Before the 2023 edition, he had 100 in the 2011 World Cup. He had 100 in the 2015 World Cup. Went without 100 in the 2019 World Cup in England, but now he's got 2. I think he scored one against Bangladesh in Pune, and today he scores yet another, for the first time, 200s in a World Cup in Eden Gardens. Another coincidence is that he scored his first one-day international 100 at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata. I think he scored it against Sri Lanka in 2009, the day Gautam Gambhir captained Team India, and he scored 150, but he decided to share that Man of the Match award with Virat Kohli. And today, 49th 100, once again at Eden Gardens, matching the record and once again being awarded the Man of the Match. And it's funny, like, how difficult it must be for any player to score 100, that too on his birthday. It seems like a very, how shall I put it, and a thing that shouldn't happen too often. But in this World Cup, we have already seen it twice. Mitch Marsh did it a couple of weeks ago, didn't he? And now we have Virat Kohli scoring centuries on their birthday. So that's a very good coincidence which has happened at this World Cup. But yeah, it was just magnificent from Team India, and they have now They have now secured their 8th consecutive victory of the World Cup. A damning blow as far as the South Africans are concerned. They were so good heading into this game against India. Yes, they had that one-off defeat against the Netherlands, but I think that didn't matter a lot because they recovered from that defeat really, really well. But now, having suffered this monstrous defeat, being bundled out for just 83 runs, losing by 243 runs, that could hamper their chances heading into the semi-finals. Prior to the semi-final, they do face Afghanistan on the 10th of November, which is a Friday. And coming up against a hungry Afghanistan side, that could be a dangerous game as well to their morale and their form heading into the semi-finals, because it looks quite certain that they would either finish second or third in the table now and would ideally be facing Australia in the semi-finals. So that could be a damaging blow as far as the South Africans are concerned. But for Team India, it is all plain smooth sailing in this World Cup. They will have one more game to play before their semi-final in Mumbai or in Kolkata, depending on the opponent. But Next, India take on the Netherlands. I think they face the Netherlands in the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore, if I'm not wrong. Yes, that is in Bangalore, and that is the game on next Sunday. So India have a week off, and they can probably retrospect and make sure that they are in some prime form heading into the semi-finals, because as things stands, the stars seems to be aligning, and it feels only a matter of time before India are the world champions for a third time in their history. So yeah, that is it for from my side today. Once again, a thrilling Indian performance with the ball, with the bat. 101 for Virat Kohli, his 49th century in one-day internationals, matching the record of the great Sachin Tendulkar. Helped really well and aided really well by Shreyas Iyer, 77 for him. But in the end, it was all about the Indian bowling, dismissing South Africa for just 83 runs, 5 wickets for Ravindra Jadeja and 2 wickets for Mohammad Shami and Kuldeep Yadav, with Mohammad Siraj chipping in with 1 wicket. That is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you are liking, sharing and subscribing if you are listening this on YouTube. If you are listening this on Spotify or Apple Podcast, then make sure you are giving me those 5-star ratings, and might as well give me a follow so you are notified the next time I upload an episode. However, for the time being, this is me, Vatsal Vora, signing off after yet another Indian masterstroke. Ciao for now.